All right, guys. Okay, good morning and welcome to our first week of animation classes there. All right, first animation classes there, right? Okay. So I believe that we have around 11 kind of members, okay, in our module over here. All right. Two of them actually, okay, in our class there, okay. Thank you very much for coming. And thank you also for everyone actually had joined me, okay, this morning there. I think around how many students actually, right, participate over here, okay, online? Tanya, Faris, Jonathan, Farisa, and Chu Jiayi, they're right, okay? Six members, they're right, okay? So let me share with me what we call that. Print screen, there, right? So if you take a look at my link that I actually share in our uh, WhatsApp group just now there, right? Those basically some of the work that I've done, what we call that previously, okay, on in terms of animation and 2D animations kind of works there. By right, I want to share with you guys also some of the works that we actually have been go through with with our previous kind of what we call that members there, okay, students there, okay, but I can't share basically with you guys over here, so that means maybe later on I'm going to create a groups there, okay, in our Google Classrooms. So that means whatever that you guys have been working on before there, okay, you can actually browse them in our Google Classroom there, okay. So I'm going to invite you first, okay, in our Google Classroom for animation fundamentals. Okay, you guys will be joined also some of the members that we have previously, right? Okay, so for me, it's okay because your group is not that big, right? Around 11 people there. So I'm going to share first, okay, our Google Classroom codes. All right. So everyone, please actually write what we call that register or add in our Google Classrooms. Okay, you guys can get right. Okay, from there, I'm going to, okay, you guys can actually browse also some of the work that have been go through with the student itself there, okay? Right. And I actually can share also some of the works that have been made from our students there, okay, for last semesters. So my name is Mr. Faisal there, okay? I'm actually born and raised in Kuala Lumpur, and I live at Kajang there, right, okay? What is it, the lobby there? Yes,
Yes.
right.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, morning, good morning, okay? This week, basically, well, okay, I have to run through the setup the first, right, okay, because they're quite a number of glitch basically we have around the lab there, right? So hopefully you guys can understand the situations here. Normally, if I'm going to do online classes, it won't be quite a lot of issues lah, right? Okay? Because if we're doing online, normally, okay, most of the session are going to be run more smoother there, right? Right, because I can share my screen, and I can also what we call that demonstrate to you guys also, even though, all right, I'm not using Adobe Animate, I'm using Adobe Flash tracking. So for basically what actually I actually been informed by the management there, right? Okay, students should, right? Okay, students should actually attend uh, our practical class, our lesson class around week 1, week 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. All right. Those basically are what basically we actually have been informed from the management directly that you guys have to come to the class there. But I need to improvise with you guys. Okay. I need to improvise with you guys in terms of making our lessons more smoother there, okay? Because my concern were basically when it comes to MCO there, okay, what we have actually have a situation for the past few months there, okay? At the first stage, maybe for me, even though for everyone, they're quite a little bit kind of like chaotic, there, chaos, okay, about when it comes to planning our online sessions there. But when we actually have experience for the past few months to adapt the online system there, okay, I would find it's quite practical there, right? Especially in this kind of situation, current situation right now. And also what I actually have find out from this lab, we don't have that what we call the access to the Adobe Animate yet. Okay, I already raised the ticket to the ICT, but maybe after this, I'm going to go back and check back whether they can actually install the Adobe Animate software. Or even the Adobe Flash also will be fine there, okay, because the methods of working basically are going to be the same there, right? And also, normally when I actually using what we call that the graphic applications, I'm going to use tablet pen there, right? Okay, Wacom, Bamboo, or Hui-on kind of tablet pen there. So in order to make my working process more smoother, I can draw more better there, okay? And also I can demonstrate to you guys also at the same time there. So those are basically that I've done there, okay? So if you guys seems to have those tablets, right, is basically is good, okay? Because we are going to use a lot of those tablets to develop our character design, our drawings for backgrounds, and also animate the character as well there. Okay, I'm not saying that using mouse we cannot work with those Adobe Animate or Flash there, but at this time, at this kind of era, for me, even though for me, I find it quite slow. There's a few limitation in terms of we want to develop a free form of character works using a 2D animation, kind of what we call that methods there, right? It's quite going to be limit our working kind of areas there, right? But it can be happens there if by if you not seems to be able to have the tablet there, okay, with you, because I believe that some of you guys were not from our creative kind of what we call that courses there, right? Okay, some of you guys maybe from who? Where from where? Advertising, is it? Advertising. Anyone from any other class? Any other courses there? I think there is someone actually still not in the class there, okay. Okay. All right. Someone actually just informed me there, okay. It's not in the classroom in our Google in our WhatsApp group there, right? So you guys actually right. Have you actually right? Who is it? Your agent. You are your agent. You there. All right. So wait up there, right? All right. Good. Okay. Most of you guys were there, right? Okay. All right, thank you for joining the Reiki. Around 15. All right. Some of you guys who actually didn't join, okay, please join first, Reiki, because Faris Harim. Okay. So let me, all right. Okay, Faris, okay, later I'm going to add you in the groups there, okay? But if someone actually can add Faris, right, okay, it would be not it would be better, okay? All right. Oops. Basically, okay, these situations I actually expected there, okay, because when I actually look at our facility is quite good, okay. I think it's quite neat there, okay, but maybe in terms of applications or the applications that we need, okay, maybe they're not actually prepared, right? Okay, because I think this lab doesn't work for those creative kind of what we call that studios there or work that okay before. Okay, but it's okay, it's a small thing there, okay. But what basically I want to discuss with you guys today, okay, because animations, it require for us to have both kind of skills there. The first skill, of course, is the drawing skills there. But the second important skill is to know the principles of animations. All right, the principle of animations there. I'm going to share with you guys, okay, maybe I can share with the link for you guys, okay, the link for you guys there, right? Because normally I'm using this kind of reference, even though I'm having my own, I'm create my own reference, but I'm also using okay this okay there this kind of video as a part of one of the good examples that students can actually study about those 12 principles of animations there. So I'm going to share okay both from what we call that okay in our Teams and also all right in our WhatsApp group there, right? Okay. So this is week 1, all right? Lecture class, okay, for August 2020. Okay. So I'm going to share also right here, so you guys can actually write, do some revisions, okay, before you're going to experience basically what you're going to learn over here, there, right? Okay. So this video is basically is going to be also my kind of reference there, right? Nowadays, okay, if I give you guys books or notes there, okay, rarely people are going to what we call that read there, right? Okay, so the most efficient way for us to develop basically okay our understanding, right? For me, even I'm also okay doing the same thing, okay, because we actually try to do some transition from books into videos and we learn also by watching and watch other things there, okay. So I'm using YouTube, okay, not entirely, but okay, some of the importance kind of what we call that videos that I can actually share with you guys, I will share, okay, uh, in terms of want to give you guys more exposures and more enhancement on our lessons there. All right. So from my what we call, if you take a look later on, okay, from my kind of what we call that reference or maybe some sort of demonstration that I did there, okay, I did also have one of my YouTube channels that I actually made for the students when I actually have record all my demonstrations there. But previously, I actually using what we call that. I'm not actually sharing most of the thing in public directly, maybe because that's why some of the videos is not appeared, okay, because currently I have I've shared most of my demonstrations, what we call that in these channels there, because I want to make sure that students can gain enough kind of revision and benefits, okay, on my kind of demonstration there, even though that videos were basically quite raw there, okay. I didn't have time to edit them out, right, okay, because most of the times when I actually write, I don't know whether you guys can actually check these videos or not, because this is some of the videos that I actually have created for my illustration classes there. Wait up, let me check that, right. For my illustration classes there, right. And this video basically is in public there, right. This is one of the videos of animations there. Yes, we have. Yeah, I will copy and paste for you guys there, okay? Okay, if you check these videos here, okay, these YouTube videos there, right? Hopefully you guys can check that, right? There, all right? This is one of the videos that I create for advanced animation subjects, but can be applied also in our lessons because when I actually have teach last semesters, I'm having two different kind of subjects there that actually have been handled. Okay, with one of it, I'm sharing with Mr. Kanan there. Okay, advanced animation and also animation fundamentals there. So advanced animation student basically they have a very poor kind of what we call that skills that can be applied on the 2D animations there. So they request for me, the student basically requests for me to give a little bit more lessons on the 2D animations, okay? Even though they are going to work with all those 3D animation for advanced animation subjects there, okay? So we give some extra kind of works, extra kind of lessons to them. So even though those lessons will be compiled all together into their marks, they're right, okay? But they actually quite enjoying working with the 2D kind of principle back again, okay, in terms to develop the skills there. But of course, I just want to give you guys a bit kind of not warning, but what we call that advice. All right, 2D animation or animation fundamentals is required these two different skills there. Technical skills that which you guys can learn, but drawing skill you need to develop on your own by the same times there. All right, drawing skills there. All right, in terms of designing the characters there, okay. But designing characters, we are going to work not like an anime Japanese, very complex kind of characters there because animation it comes with a very simple kind of object that you can actually bring to life. Those are the things there about animations there, right? Like you can bring to life the drinking bottle if you want to design a drinking bottle as a characters there, right? So how are you going to make those drinking bottles become alive there, okay? You put we add a soul inside those characters there. Right? That's why animations, like in terms of character designs, they basically is not specific to any kind of anime manga styles only, okay? But those kind of genre basically will basically will challenge your skills. Right? Whether you guys can design or deliver the kind of design or not, it's all based on yourself there, right? Okay? But we're going to go through with that, right? But the thing is that you have to remember that okay, in terms of drawing skills, right, it requires you guys to develop them from time to time there. We are going to go through with those exercise there, all right? Okay? All right, guys, so far any questions there? Any questions that you want to ask me? But please make some do some revision, watch some of the videos here.
So far, so good.
Yeah. So far, so good there, right? Because there is no exercise yet there, right? No exercise, no work, no homework yet there, right? Okay. So, but of course, okay, in animations, you guys just remember one thing, okay? You guys have to learn to watch and observe things using your eyes and develops your kind of understanding with your brain and your mind there, okay? Watch everything that move, all right? In terms of principles there. So we're going to go through later on, okay, what are the principles is all about there, okay? So if you guys actually can browse those videos, I think before we get to start our lessons or our homeworks, basically, okay, you guys can develop a bit more kind of understanding what you guys will be go through with our lessons there because all the principles, all this kind of what we call that assignments or exercise that we are going to explore in our modules were based on these videos there. Not actually you're going to draw exactly like these videos there, but you're going to explore the aesthetical values, the principles that actually can apply with a technical kind of understanding using Adobe Animate or Adobe Flash. Okay, so if you guys seems to have Adobe Flash in your laptops, okay, I think we can actually use them later on, okay, for next week's or maybe for in this Friday's day. Okay, in this Friday's day. So I'm going to, if I actually have enough kind of space, okay, for the few days before our Friday class, right? Friday we have class, right? Practicals there. I will try to compile one of the videos that can give you guys some introductions on Adobe Flash, right? And if you guys seems to use Adobe Animate there, any versions there, okay? Basically, the tools that I'm going to use to work with that applications are going to be the same. Maybe Adobe Animate, there has a few kind of new features that can make our works a bit more faster there, okay? Efficient there, okay? But basically, generally what I'm going to use, Adobe Flash and Adobe Animate kind of systems is almost the same there, right? It's almost the same there, right? So I want to show you guys, okay, one of the videos that I actually have created before. Where is it there, right? But if you have time, you can actually watch also some of the videos that I create for the, what we call that. This one is week 6, animation fundamentals. Oh, yeah. Week 8, week 6 there, right? Yeah. This is some of the character developments. This is some of the things that I actually write. One of the videos that I actually have recorded here were basically based from one of our students' kind of works there, right? Where is it there, right? Animation fundamentals. Okay, here's some of the works that our students have been working on, and I actually share also some of the works over here. So let me share that, okay, for you guys. This is one of the videos that I actually create for animation fundamentals there. All right. Okay, how come I cannot see your face there, okay? Faris, Maying, Farisa, Tanya there, okay? You guys don't have any cameras. I don't have any cameras in my screen, on my screen there, right? Okay. But hopefully you guys can see me on my phones there, right? Huh? Okay, I want to discuss with you guys about our arrangements on our lessons there, especially, right, okay, for online session, right, okay? Because for me, I love to improvise. If the situations in the classrooms doesn't actually change or cannot make some changes in terms of to make our lessons more smoother, they're right. What if whenever that you want to have face-to-face consultations, this is what I actually want to suggest, right? Okay, you guys can come over here. We can actually come over here, there, okay? Because my kind of timetables, I actually going to be in Taylor College, Lakesides, from Tuesday, Wednesday, and also Friday. 3 days a week, say I'm going to be here. But if you think that if I can actually discuss also with some of the group also, okay, from other subject, because I'm also taking illustration subjects there these semesters, and also a 3D sculpting subject there, right? Okay, it's a basic 3D sculpting there, right? Okay, 3D sculpting, right? But it's a basic one there, okay. On Friday there, okay, but around week 9 until week 13. So if you guys also can actually effort to do online sessions, all right, during our module there, okay, from Tuesday and Friday there, okay, so we can actually maintain there, okay. This is basically what I actually want to suggest, right? Okay, because if this thing happens, okay, they cannot actually manage to find a solutions, all right, for me to use our facilities over here, because I won't be able to use my laptop there, okay, because I really find it's quite efficient for me to use what we call that, whatever that they can provide there, right? But the problem, if we cannot actually go run a little bit more smoother, okay, for our college times, I would suggest, can we actually improvise doing online? So you guys don't have to come to the college there. Is it okay? Because you guys using your own laptop there, right? Because our management also find this is more efficient for you guys using your own laptop there, okay? So that means I can use either Teams or Google Classrooms, Google Meet, okay, to do our online sessions there, right? Those are the things I want to suggest, okay, to you guys. Okay, if you guys okay with it, right? So for maybe for the next classes on Tuesdays, right? We are going to do our lessons online there, okay? So we don't have to go to our classroom there, right? Okay, is it okay? How about you guys there? Right, our friends, okay, right here, right? Okay, two of them basically okay with it. How about you guys there? How many of you guys over here? You guys shy to show your face,
Sorry, sir, I don't have webcam. I can't show,
Yeah.
but if you want to see my face, I can show temporary on my phone.
No problem. Okay, I just tease you guys there. All right. So I think, right, okay, because right now, right, if I'm going to test back again also the sharing side, the sharing kind of screens over my Google, what we call, not Google, Microsoft Team over here. Okay, they also cannot actually share the whole window there, right? Okay. So I find out it's quite going to be a quite issue for us, for me to share out my screen in order to record our sessions over here. So I don't want to have this kind of problems, and I don't like to wait there, okay, basically, okay. Basically, I don't like to wait, okay, because why? Because I know you guys also have a few kind of subjects that you guys have to attend, okay. This today you have how many subjects? Only one, okay. How about you guys there? How many subjects you guys have?
Two. Today is two.
After my class, there is another class, right? Is it?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so two only there, right? So that means it's not that quite heavy, right? Okay, because some of the students, they have a clash kind of subjects there. Because what basically we can actually do when we come to online, okay, online kind of sessions there, okay? The good thing is because uh, we can actually go mobile, okay? But I always stay at my homes, okay? Because I've been actually doing online since uh, March, I think, right? March. We have MCO around what? March, right? Early of March there. So until now, there, right? Okay? Until now. But for me, it's good to have the different kind of scenario situations outside here, there, okay? But the problem is that the machines that they provide, okay? I really doesn't like to wait, right? Okay, to work with it. Okay. So if you guys okay with it, so we can actually continue our lesson basically, right? Okay. Tuesday first, Fridays we can confirm later on. Okay. How about Friday? How many class you guys have Friday? Two. Our class are going to be around 10 to 12. Then right. All right. Because after that, I'm going to have a class in the evening on week 9 there. Okay, week 9. All right, guys. Okay. So any questions so far? Okay, please install Adobe Flash or Adobe Animate, okay? Two of them also can be worked there, okay? But at home, I'm using Adobe Flash at the moment there. So because the general basics kind of tools that required for us to learn the animations, we also have in both kind of applications. So I don't think don't have any problem with that. The only things that you have should worries is how you're going to adapt the principle itself in those kind of your kind of works later on. Anyone actually here actually have done any animation works before? No? Okay, please review the video software principle there first, right? Okay. Okay, because if you review them, okay, because those videos is quite clear about what basically you're going to experience them, right? In terms of the animations kind of knowledge there. So I find that those videos is quite helpful also for me, okay, to recap, to refresh back again all my what we call that understanding back again, okay, on the work itself there. All right, okay, you guys, okay, from the online sessions over here, uh, have you guys have experience using any animation software or application before, or test doing animation in your phones apps? Anyone? Jonathan have before. Daniel also have the right After Effects there, okay.
Yes, sir. I've used After Effects and Blender before.
On Blender before, okay, good there, okay. So that means you have the what we call that some of the general knowledge on that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any online portfolios that you guys can share with me? If you guys have a blog or online portfolios there, okay, that you guys can share with me, please share in our WhatsApp, okay, groups, so I can browse that later on there. Because one of the things that I really love to see, okay, if you have a certain kind of drawing experience or any kind of drawing experience that you have, okay, from your portfolios, okay, it might going to help me uh, to have a clear kind of understanding there, okay, where basically we can go from there, okay. Because if you don't have that drawing experience, I don't say that it's hard for you, but sometimes they will be a little bit kind of challenged, lah, okay. Because I have an experience, one of the students that we have last semesters there. I never thought that, I never noticed that this student basically is not from creative kind of courses there, right? Okay. Uh, Finally, when we actually want to submit all the works there, okay, this student seems not quite respond there, okay. So last minute he told me that he want to quit. They cannot actually complete the works, right? Okay, and I find it's quite waste that, right? Okay, it's quite a waste of time there, okay, for him there, okay, because if he can actually what we call that told me earlier that, okay, maybe we can arrange something from there, right? Because animations basically, right? Okay, basically what actually I understand, okay, you don't have to know, you don't have to be a very skillful kind of artist to become animators, right? Especially in motion graphic animations there. Motion graphics means that, okay, you're using After Effects to do some flying text there, right? Okay, some opening segment there, right? Okay, some 3D graphics kind of what we call that appearance there, right? So you don't have you don't doesn't have to need to have the skills there, the drawing skills or skill to draw characters there, okay? But when it comes to 2D animation fundamental subjects, all right, you need to have that, at least the basics kind of skills to draw there, right? Okay? Those are the things there. Because if you know basically your limitations, you know basically your potentials there, even though you can draw stickman also is a very potential kind of skills there. Because if you take a look back again, okay, let me share the, okay, with some of the animations there, right? Okay. Okay, this is my kind of what we call that. Right now, basically, this is my kind of not libraries, but basically my kind of inspirations of working with animations there. Okay, let me share with you guys also here. Pencilmations there, right? Okay, if you look at these pencilmations, let me share with you guys also right here. Right, pencilmations kind of channels there, right? Okay. These transformations kind of channels, all right, these animations, right, were basically is a one of for me is one of the best independent YouTube kind of animations that make a very strong kind of profit and revenue in online kind of eras right now, right? because they can make a lot of profit from only from the advertisements there. And the animation also quite good in terms of applying that 12 principles of animations. All right, okay. What makes the animations quite what we call that exciting there, okay, and easy and also fun to watch. Remember one thing, because they apply that 12 principles. If you look at any animation, right, okay, even though Pixar animations, right, 3D animations, right, okay, Pixar CGI animations, there, right, okay, they also apply the same thing, but they're using a more advanced kind of detailing, kind of what we call that methods of working with those principles, lah. Okay, they exaggerate a little bit, but at the same time they enhance a little bit more on the human kind of emotion and feeling, on the story itself, on the characteristic itself there. That's what makes, if you watch Pixar animations, you will felt like you're not watching animation, you're not watching any animated characters there. You just feel that those actually were characters were like a live actors there, right? Okay, and you seems to believe that maybe these kind of characters will actually exist in the real world there, right? You can feel that, right? You can feel that, okay? That's why that 12 principles, they actually develop a bit more advanced kind of emotions and methods there, okay, to work with that kind of what we call that those kind of design or those kind of stories there, right? So those are the power the powerful kind of what we call that uh, energy that we can have, okay, from the principle itself there, okay. That's why if you look into more animations, right, okay, even though if you take a look at Japanese animations there, like Naruto, for example, right, like One Piece animations there, right, okay, all this kind of animation to have an action kind of movements, they also apply the same 12 principles there. That's why you look at those animations look quite exciting, right? Okay, other than the character design look appealing, lah, right? The character design look also appealing, okay. So that's why you can actually can attract with them, okay. And most people, so okay, love animations. That most people there, right? But these days, normally we actually have been served with a lot of high technology kind of animations, lah, okay. But not all 3D animations are going to be interesting, right? Not all of them, depending on the all the what we call that the criteria they develop along the way, right? Okay, the concept, the character design, the story there, right? The acting of the characters there, right? Okay, the strong value that character can bring to the audience also will give all this kind of impact, right? Okay, it's not only the software only, right? Okay. Okay, if you take a look at 2D animations like this one, right? Okay, this is obviously either they use Flash, Adobe Animate, or Adobe or Toon Boom, right? Okay. But if you take a look, okay, all the actions that they actually create from these simple kind of characters there, they really, really look amazing there, right? And fun to watch there. Remember one thing there, okay? If you want to create some animations, especially for our subject this semesters, think something that fun to create there. Fun to create there, okay? At the same time, of course, to create something more fun, you need to have a lot of inspiration from there. So that means do a lot of revisions, watch a lot of animated kind of features, animation in those YouTube there, right? This is a part of your job right now to watch a lot of YouTube channels there, right? Okay. So those are the things that I can advise at the moment there, okay? Watch a lot of animations in the YouTube there, then find something that can trigger you to develop, inspire you to develop something in your class later on, okay? So if you take a look at all this kind of what we call that animations that we have here, there, even though good land over here, okay, they use mixture with the videos and also live action videos, object, and also 2D animations there, okay? I'm going to share with you guys there, right? So animations can be widely used in any kind of styles and genre if you want to, there, right? Okay, it doesn't have to be only anime or manga styles, okay? So if you really open up your mind into various type of animation styles there, okay, for me your life is be more fun and more easy, right? Okay, for you to accept fun and also enjoyable there, okay? Because some people who actually doesn't actually open up your mind. Okay, if you want to learn animations, basically you have to adapt the various type of styles there. Then you will find the best suitable concept for your work and for your needs there. Okay, and I believe also in terms of learning design, you need to know also you need to understand also your limitations, your level of skills, and how actually you can enhance from there. Okay, how actually you can enhance your limitations there, not make your limitation become more off from the grid there, okay? You have to use your limitations to enhance a bit more on your works. Those are the things that I always believe there, because everyone have their own unique way to approach the works there, right? So you have to find your kind of influence, and not only one, variety kind of influence before you decide, okay, I want to use this as a part of my work, or maybe I want to test first. All right, this kind of stuff. If I'm not make it, I can test another one there. All right, okay. So find different kind of option for you guys to develop your own design kind of senses there. All right, okay. So you guys can get those reference there, right? So for me, there's a lot of good reference nowadays for you guys to use as a part of your inspirations there, right? Because I'm not saying that I don't like those anime styles there, okay, but I love very much, okay, but the problem is sometimes, okay, I have to give also the students a different kind of exposures, okay, in order for you guys to understand basically your own kind of level of interpretation that you need to have at the first stage there, okay? Because sometimes as a humans, we always over underestimate our needs there, or our understanding there, okay? Our skill itself, okay? That's why when we cannot get what we want from what we think, right? We always feel frustrated with it there, okay? Because we don't actually learn the fundamentals there first. We don't try to understand first what we need at this time there, right? At this stage there. Because you guys have to understand also, you also have a few number kind of module that you have to commit there, okay? So that's why you need to understand your limitation of your times that you have to provide and divide and share with other modules there. But what basically I want to also inform you guys, okay, because I'm talking to Mr. Martin before. Mr. Martin actually teaching you guys film studies there, right? So when Mr. Martin actually have discussed with me earlier there, okay, because we want to not combine but try to synchronize what you learn from film studies and also animation fundamentals there. Because previously, when we actually doesn't actually combine or synchronize basically our lessons together, even though I always ask the student there, normally I'm going to ask the student, okay, what subject that you guys have learned there, okay, other than animations fundamentals there. So one of the student actually told me they actually have script writing and also film studies there. So what you learn from there, so I have this the general some sort of ideas there, okay, that basically what you guys learn from film studies can be synchronized, can be connected with animation fundamentals there. Because you also learn, other than principal animation, designing the characters, you also learn also how to animate. At the same time, you're going to learn also storyboard flows. Right. So the storyboard flow that you learn from film studies basically can be used in our animation subjects there. They can be related there, okay? So those are the things that you should actually try to connect there, right? Okay. So always remember that. So those are for creative students, right? I don't know whether advertising or mass comm student actually going to learn the same kind of lessons there together. But if you have, try to connect it there, right? Okay. But for me, if you guys learn mass comm or advertising there, okay, there is a connection also between animation and also advertising or mass communication directly in terms of broadcastings, or I don't know, okay, like film journalists or whatever it is, okay, they're going to be connected. Don't worry there. But you have to find the connections, the link between what you've learned and our subject itself. Okay, that's how actually you can actually not synchronize only, but you know how to apply animations to other kind of subjects or projects that you want to works later on there. Okay, all right, guys. Always have that, right? Okay. So what we actually have discussed with Mr. Martin, okay, when Mr. Martin actually have showed me some of the works from the students there. Okay, let me check there. Okay, I still have right here. It doesn't have here there, right? This one. Let me check there. Oh, this is our videos there, right? Our video sessions over here. Because wait. Oh yes, I can share with you guys also a sample of work that one of the students actually been working on there. Okay, I think when he there. Okay, when he. I don't know whether you guys actually right online can see the okay, but I'm going to share with you guys also right here. Okay, if you guys can see from here, there, right? Okay, this is one of the one of the students' works there. Okay, let me check here, right? Okay, when Mr. Martin actually watched these videos, these kind of quality of animations there, and I told him also that okay, when it comes to animations, okay, I did also combine whatever that they actually have been working on with the film studies before. But the problem is when we not actually not try to connect with each other. Okay, last semester, right, I find out that the student actually try to create another kind of stories that basically supposed to be in animations kind of discipline there, but the stories become a little bit more like a little bit mellow, slowy, mellow kind of what we call that stories there. It's very melancholic kind of story there, and look a little bit more like a live action rather than animations. So it doesn't actually sync with the purpose of Mr. Martin kind of what we call that objective of presenting his kind of works before the okay, because he thought that actually right, okay, maybe student can give a little bit more excitement for the animations there, because when you actually create your kind of presentation more than 5 minutes, for example, okay, your story going to become dragging a lot there, okay, because if in terms of applying the cinematographies, right, the camera works, the actings, all right, the motion itself, all right, okay, the angles, all right, and the story script itself, all right, okay, you can actually present for a few minutes there or a few seconds only, right? For me, okay, for these kind of works that I actually done for the student for the final project, okay, I just give them only 15 seconds to apply all those principles, animations there, 12 principles there inside these presentations there. We don't need 5 minutes of presentations that it works. If you take a look at trailers, okay, those movie trailers, okay, how many minutes there? Maybe sometime 1 minute or 2 minutes there, right? Maybe less than that, okay? To show basically all the actions they will be involved in the actual kind of motion, in the actual kind of stories there, right? But you can see all the actions, right? The camera works, the cinematography is there, right? Even though the acting is there, okay, in a few seconds. right? In each seconds, in each scene there, okay? So that's how actually you're going to apply them. And we will apply from there. Because I actually have been informed by Mr. Martin, okay? We are going to work, okay, for you guys also maybe, right? I just informed earlier, okay, maybe if there is some sort of changes or improvisations, okay, we can actually work together later on, okay? It's around 20 seconds only to give an impact on your presentation there. Whatever that you guys were going to learn, right, in the following weeks until your final projects, if you need to produce at least 20 seconds of shots there, okay? So that's how actually you can actually try to plan every 20 in those 20 seconds, every single scene and shots in every seconds there. It will show your understanding, right, about your cinematographies, your film studies, and also your animations kind of motions works from there. All right. So we don't have waste of times. We don't waste a lot of times on these 20 seconds, and you give us more impact on your presentations there. Because every second there, even though 1 second, there's a lot of things can be happens from there. All right. If you doesn't believe that, okay, let me check, okay. Let me check one of the animations, okay, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles there. Shorts there, right? Oops, sorry there. Okay, this animation there, okay, I'm going to share with you guys also. Oops, there. So if you watch these animated shots, okay, from this TMNT there, okay, where is it? Okay, check them back. For a few seconds there. Some of the actions, okay, check back again the timeline there, okay, timing there, okay. In 13 or 15 seconds, the camera panning there, right? The camera pan there, right, okay, from here. Cool. Each seconds there, okay, it show all the motions that we want there, okay. Camera trackings there, right? Some of the actions from there, see? Some of the motions, some of the actions there, for example, like this one there, right? 1, 1, 2, 1, 1 seconds there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? The camera works, the camera changes there, okay? The camera tracking, okay? And the action itself, okay? Around 4 or 5 seconds there, there's a lot of things happens from there, right? So that's what makes the beauty of the motions there. That's why we need to learn all these principles there, right? Back again, for us to appreciate more on the motion itself and how to manage to arrange them back, okay? We don't have to drag all the scenes there, okay? To make people wait, right? For things to happen there in the future, okay? For the motion itself, right? Okay? So this is one thing there, okay? So there's a lot of sample also that I want to share with you guys later on, okay? Because if you take a look at Gobelins there, right? Gobelins there, right? Gobelins kind of animations there. Short animations there, right? Okay, let me give you guys some examples there. Some of the shots, basically earlier shots, okay? They only have around the final animation around 1 minute only there. But you can see a lot of things from there. Okay, we're talking about all the things that you're going to experience there, right? Okay, if you watch Gobelins there, okay, of animations there. Okay, this short, this kind of project, okay, is only 1 minute and 1 second only there. But each scene, each shot, okay, in a few seconds, you can see a lot of things happens from there. So those are the things that we actually can apply. You guys can apply when you guys learn the film studies later on there, right? Camera panning there, right? Towards the windows, right? the girl watching in the windows there, do a few actions from there in how many seconds? Let me check back again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds there, right? This one around what? 4 seconds, 2 seconds from there, right? To show the expressions there, right? So if you watch the animations, right, okay, just try to create what we call that. Check basically the timing on yourself there, okay? Learn to check the timing there. How many seconds every scenes that they actually apply on the shot itself there, right? Right? Okay, how about the scenes there, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. 5 seconds, there's a lot of motions there, right? Okay, can be actually follows from there, right? Other than you're going to learn about design also from other classes there, right? Basically, the whole animations is around 46 seconds only there. But you can see a lot of actions from there, right? So those are the things that you have to think about. Don't think, even though you want to draw, if you want to, what we call that, create a short films in the future still, okay? Don't think 5 minutes kind of animation with scripts there only, okay? 1 minute also, you can tell a lot of story from there, right? So try to make a very compact kind of scenes and stories itself there, then you can manage also your shots basically more efficiently, right? Okay, more efficient there. All right, okay. So basically, what if you actually love animation very much, there's a lot of potential excitement that you can actually work later on in the future. So Goblins also one of my reference that actually helped me to open up a bit more on my mind, basically how to conduct my classroom, okay, because what actually happens, okay, previously in our students kind of projects there, okay, because a lot of students, even though lecturers, right, or supervisors, they always think that if you want to show people do a lot of hard works, you have to add more durations on your presentations there. But basically, it's not, okay. In film, basically in animation, on motion graphic, okay, 1 minute, a few seconds can tell a lot of stories there. 1 or 2 shots also can tell whether the students or the person actually do the hard work or not, okay? Right, can tell them from there, right? Because if you take a look, if you want to study back again, right, okay? If you just want to study one single shot like this, right, okay? Just one single shot like this one there. Can I actually share the screen there, right? If I can share the screen, it's more better there. Let me check the right whether I can share the screen. Ah, yes, can there, okay? Okay, if you take a look at your WhatsApp there, okay? Because I share in your WhatsApp there. Can I share right here? Oh, yeah, can. Good. All right. If you check basically, okay, on your screen, okay, in one single shot over here like this, you can see there's a lot of hard work over there other than designing the characters there, right? Other than designing the characters, what we can see from here, the backgrounds, okay, that they actually paint, okay? There's a few kind of depths, right? The coloring, the composite things there, okay? The lighting itself there, okay? The detailings there, okay? There's a lot of hard work in one single frames, in one single scenes there, okay? So it takes a lot of efforts and time and skill there to develop from here. So that's why if you want to show your efforts on workings, make every single scenes as a masterpiece there. People can appreciate every single shot and scene there. Same goes when you watch any kind of Netflix movie nowadays there, right? You can see every single shot and scene is a masterpiece there, okay? You can appreciate them, okay? From the lightings, from the angles there, right? From the arrangements, okay? On those, what we call that, stagings there, okay? From the characters' movements, okay? All those kind of things, okay? And the costume itself there, all right, okay? Even though the acting there, okay? You can actually analyze and appreciate those kind of things. That's why nowadays people actually change from normal conventional movie into Netflix, there, right? Even though I didn't watch a lot of Netflix there, okay, but I know the qualities is there, right? Even though animations qualities of Netflix also quite impressive there, like a movies there, right? Okay. So why? Because they know how to plan and they have the knowledge and they know how to plan, right? Okay? Their projects, their design, the movies or the animations, right, become more appealing to the audience to see there, right? So they don't waste a lot of time there, okay, to show some boring kind of stories there, okay. All the movies basically is quite interesting, okay. So it's like a very high quality kind of productions there, right? Huh? So that's why, guys, okay. So hopefully these sessions will give you guys a little bit kind of a kickstart what basically you can expect from our lessons over here. Even though for me, of course, we're not going to, if you can actually go into more details, I'm actually have no issues on that. But we're going to go through step by step, okay? Because most of the times when I actually had tried to share uh, my demonstrations, okay, for the students, okay, because some of the students who actually have a very limited kind of skills, they find out that they quite off from the grid there, okay. Because for me, if you want to be good at what you do, you have to practice a lot. That's all, and you have to put your interest in those modules there. You have to find your access there, right? You have to find your glue on it, right? Okay. So those are the things that we have to always remember from that. All right. So anything else that you want to ask me before maybe we can dismiss earlier for today? No? How about you guys? Is there anything you want to ask me there? No? You guys still here, right? No. Okay. All right, guys. Okay. If you do have any questions, okay, and hopefully, okay, we actually have a clear kind of what we call that, arrangements, okay. Okay, for on Fridays, okay, I will actually confirm back again. But if we doesn't have to come to our campus, right, I'm going to inform earlier that we're going to do online like a session in our own premise there, okay, in our domain there, okay, because I think it's more efficient there for me to work there. But okay, if you seems doesn't have any tablet or any Adobe Animate or Flash yet, don't worry. You have a Photoshop with you there, right? Everyone have Adobe Photoshops? Right. I want to use also Adobe Photoshops. Or sketchbooks. Okay, sketchbooks there. All right. To develop basics character design there, right? Okay, design there. Okay, small sketchbooks there, right? Okay, I have one sketchbooks over here. All right, sketchbooks there, small sketchbooks there. So from this sketchbook also, I have a few kind of what we call that characters that I've been working on there, right? Okay. So sketchbooks basically is good for us to work with those kind of what we call that ideas there, okay? And if you can actually sketch your ideas using other than pencils, you can use also pencil colors there to draw there, okay? I think it's more better there, okay? If you want to draw using those pencil colors there, right? So this is some of the characters design that I create, okay, in my sketchbooks. Okay, some of the character design that I can create before there, right? Okay, for some of the projects there. It's only rough sketch there, right? So we are going to do some of the lessons working with the basics character design using the basic structures and form, which basically really important for the animators, okay? For you guys to develop the understanding, the efforts, because when we design the characters inside Adobe Animate or Flash, we basically are going to use the same methods there. Every single characters will came from basic structures there, right? Okay. So that means no matter how actually good you are in operate those Adobe Animate or Flash, all right? Okay, understanding the basic structures is really important there, right? Okay, really important there. Okay, in order to develop your understanding to design any characters in the future, there, right? Okay. So from time to time, I will share also some of the works, but normally I'm going to demonstrate a lot with you guys, okay, for you guys there. So hopefully we'll gain, okay. I really opened up with a lot of styles of the characters of animations there. So Sketchbook is one of the tools, one of the tools that you guys can use to create some of the ideas there, okay? Any kind of ideas that you want there, right? Okay. Okay, guys. Okay, thank you very much for having me today. Okay, so today, okay, I'm really glad, even though we have a few kind of glitch of technical error issues that I actually expected there. Okay, I really expected there. Okay, because this is my second time actually teach at what we call that this Taylor College there. Okay. So last semester is basically my first time there, okay? Suddenly become MCO there, okay? Right? So I really quite, what we call that, panic a bit, okay? But it looked cool on me in the ground, okay? Because at that time, I didn't prepare any kind of device yet. The only thing that I have is my U Mobile unlimited kind of access. Right. Even though my home also, I didn't actually have any access, internet access because I just moved on to the new house, right? So it takes a few, I think 1 or 2 months back to back, I have to do some sort of Discord and also Teams kind of what we call that sessions, okay, with the student for a few 1 or 2 1/2 an hours there, explain, talking, right, okay, and sharing there. And I have to go back to back, record my demos and also upload in our what we call that Google Classroom there. But right now I have my own channels there, okay? So normally I'm going to upload everything in my YouTube channels there. So you guys can browse from there, all right? But not the YouTube channel that I actually give my own, my portfolio before there, okay? My online portfolios, okay? This one is the My Globes, basically 75 is basically, it's not, it's basically my online portfolio. This is my online kind of animation portfolios there, right? But the one that I give you guys, basically the my glob at Gmail there, 75. This one basically is basically a YouTube channel that I create especially for the students there, okay? Especially for the students there. So, all right. This basically later on maybe our management, okay, will see my kind of what we call that sessions, okay, in Teams there, okay. So I will share with them, okay, with all this kind of glitch happens there. All right, okay. Thank you guys, okay, for having me today, okay. I'm glad to having you guys, okay. Hopefully, I was hopefully that you guys can actually we have a face-to-face kind of sessions today, but it's okay, Ricky, because as long as you guys can get the message and have the clear idea what we're going to experience right now, right? Later on, okay, is more than good enough, okay? But of course, okay, don't feel hesitate to ask me any questions and don't feel hesitate to inform me earlier if you have any kind of trouble or issues regarding not having a class there, or maybe you cannot actually, you have some other problems that you don't understand about the lessons, please inform me there, right? Okay, please discuss with me there, okay? So I'm not actually just a lecturer or for you, okay? I'm will guide you basically, okay? I'm here to share my experience with you guys, okay? Because of those 25, more than 25 of experience that I have from the industry, also teaching kind of experience. Hopefully, I can share with the new generations, okay, with what are the things that you want to know about those animations there, okay, that I can help you with. I'm not actually 100% expert, but I actually have a specialization in illustration and also 2D animation at the same time directly. Those are the things there, right? Okay. So thank you very much, guys, for coming also. Okay, our true friends over here. All right. And you guys also online. So please inform me if you cannot actually attend the class. But for me, nowadays, when we actually have record our demonstrations and upload in our YouTubes, there is no such thing that you can say you actually will miss our class there, because my sessions normally I'm going to record the whole thing there, okay? Whatever that I'm going to talk and do there, okay? I'm going to talk the whole thing, okay, in my videos there. So that means you won't be able to miss out any of our class there, unless there is a few kind of thing that we cannot actually change there. Sometimes we never know that, okay? Because some of the things happens, okay, we can actually have to improvise a bit our timeline, okay? But as long as we can get online, okay, there is no such thing yet you cannot actually access to my lessons there, all right? So the only things, the challenge that you have is only ourselves there, all right? It's only yourself, all right? Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Yeah.
Hi, sorry. This is Jonathan here. I just
Yeah,
like
Jonathan there.
to inform you regarding the class arrangements, right?
Okay.
I will be doing e-learning for the whole semester because I'm going through the semester from my hometown in Sabah.
Okay.
So I won't be able to make it for any face-to-face classes.
No problem, no problem
Yeah.
there. Okay. All right. Thank you, Jonathan, for informing. Okay. Anyone who actually have the same situation like Jonathan, please inform me. But I think the best thing about our situations right now, we can have the flexibilities on the arrangements on the lessons, unless as long as you have to inform me, and I will take those attendance basically in terms of, normally I'm going to print the screen there, okay? How many people actually going to be involved and came in the classroom there, okay? And the best way, we always need to connect and also inform each other, right? Okay, in online, okay? So as long as you guys can actually be more transparent with me on those attendance there, so that means I can actually know, I will know where where you at actually, and you can inform me, okay, sir, I will be in the classroom here today, sir. Just inform me, okay? You can inform both using WhatsApp, you can both also inform using these Teams, all right, okay? And also and normally I'm going to call names, okay? So just respond to me and I will take the names, okay, according to those attendance there. Okay, thank you very much, guys. Okay, if we don't have anything there, hopefully you guys have again some of the benefits and also experience, okay, from these sessions over here. All right, so I really apologize if we actually have a few kind of glitch or technical kind of what we call the issue that we have around here, but normal things happens, okay, around there, okay, we can actually escape from there, okay? But as long as you can gain those informations, understanding from there, right, I will feel good about it, okay? Okay, thank you very much, guys. Have a nice day and take care of yourself there, okay? See you guys around there on Fridays there, right?